All right, what's going on, guys? Trev here to bring you a live hangout video. So, thought we would go ahead and do this one. Might do these from time to time from now on. See if anyone is going to join in here. Hope you guys can hear me and all that. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time. Yeah. So, of course, okay, we got Austin here, so that's cool. So I can see your chat, you guys. All right, what's up, guys? So just wanted to do kind of a video on this one live hangout. So maybe I'll include some afterwards. I don't know how long this is going to be or anything, but just for the episode, just things are so crazy with Fear of the Walking Dead. I'm just like, I just man, stupid. Instant Michael says, yes, Travis, let's talk about the stupid Madison ending. And then Team No Sleep Scott, I hated the episode, huge disappointment. AMC became too money hungry, says Lavish Life. And then we got Fire Streak here. So I'm not doing that good, brother. I decided I'd do this one with you guys because, yeah, Mike's got it here. He says the episode felt like a slap in the face. Austin Burnell says, rest in peace, The Walking Dead in fear. And yeah, it's true. So I got some questions from the early videos here before, guys, and we'll get into some of these. So the top for this one is basically so disappointed with Fear of the Walking Dead. And it's really crazy, man, because right now, I'm honest, this is probably the most disappointed I have been with the AMC Walking Dead universe this year ever. This is honestly crazy. I cannot believe this is happening. I almost am thinking to myself, like, are they doing this on purpose? Like the conspiracy theorist to me is like, are they killing the Walking Dead universe on purpose? Because it isn't just like the original, Walking Dead series is in, trouble because, of course, as we've been making lots of videos with you guys this last couple of weeks on kind of the news of possibly Andrew Lincoln leaving. And of course, we had the huge character death in The Walking Dead season 8, which kind of killed off the future of that. And now with Fear the Walking Dead, it's like, they're pretty much just scrapping. And I did a video on this earlier for you guys. If you haven't seen it yet, it's in the channel. But it just feels like they're kind of scrapping the first 3 seasons of Fear at the same time, right? So it just feels like, they killed off, spoiler warning, they kill off Nick earlier, which was enough. You didn't need to kill Madison off now, too. You already killed Nick off. So you had that huge character death. You could have had Madison live on further, and I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, I get it. Maybe you want to have a big first, new showrunner, so they want to have a big first year when they come in and, they impress everybody with how great the show's doing, if it's getting a lot of ratings or a lot of people are watching or whatever. So you throw in some big character deaths, but at the same time, it's like you're basically killing off those first 3 seasons. And it's just so disappointing to see when it's like, a lot of us, I mean, how many episodes? The first season was only 6 episodes, but then we had, the second and the third with more, and now the first half of the fourth. And it's just like, damn, dude, they're pretty much like just killing off Fear. Like it's like a new Fear, so it's crazy. So Sharp Striker here from earlier said, Madison is gone, and now Rick will be gone soon. Also, they both lost their sons as well. Both shows are going to take a big turn for sure. And yeah, man, I mean, it's absolutely true. So Mike Peters here says, F Scott Kimball. I've defended him. You know what I mean? Because he took on The Walking Dead after season 3. And for years, I've kind of defended him because he brought the Walking Dead original series to new heights, right? I can't defend him anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do it anymore because it's like, you kill Carl off and he's the future of the original series. So the first series is like kind of in more peril than it should be. Really probably shouldn't have been done. You probably should not have killed Carl off, because when you did that, you just, you put the show in jeopardy for the future. And now with Fear the Walking Dead, you kill Nick off, but he wanted to leave. And guys, it's not the same as when they kill somebody off that wants to leave. If he wants to go, you can't force him to stay. It's not the same thing. When you kill Nick, it's like, okay, but he wanted out 100%. He didn't want to do it anymore. So, what are you going to do? He wanted to be gone. Okay, you kind of have to let him go. This isn't slavery. We can't keep people against their will if they really don't want to do it, even if you have a contract, right? It's like, are you going to really do that? You got to let him go if he wants to go. But now with Madison, they said on Talking Dead that it was their idea to kill her off. It wasn't like, Kickens got a movie opportunity to do some other kind of movie. They're doing I don't know, a Gone Girl 2 or something. I don't know. And it's a big deal. So she signs on and then she has to leave, which could be the case with Lauren Cohen, who plays Maggie. With this one, it's like, no, they wanted to kill her. Like they wrote it in to kill her off at this point. Um, Man, it's just like, to me, it's like so selfish. It's like protecting your coming in, big ego, like we're gonna, it's gonna be huge and all this stuff. So you kill off that character to get that kind of just protect yourself. So if AMC asks you like, okay, what are you guys doing or whatever, you can be like, well, look, we did all this stuff and look at how the ratings were doing and yada yada, and we're doing so good. And it's like, oh man, for fans those first few seasons, it's just like, dude, man, it's just so upsetting. And I mean, not everybody liked Madison. So if you didn't like Madison, maybe you're happy right now. Kill her off. You're like, yes, they killed her off. I'm happy. This is great. But for people to watch the first 3 seasons all the way through, it just feels so much like they're just scrapping that old series. So that's what's really upsetting about this one. And I'm just so disappointed, having put so much time into making videos for Fear, even when a lot of people didn't want them, doing them anyway. And it's like, oh man, just to see, in this season, to have it just to have it go this way is crazy. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs says, why are they killing off all the main characters? Why? I don't know, man. I just this one especially is really strange to me. And I know people bring up Game of Thrones a lot because Game of Thrones killed off a lot of its leads throughout the years, and it's like, yeah, but that's it's kind of a different situation, right? With Game of Thrones and the way they did it versus Fear. Game of Thrones has more first season survivors. I guarantee you, probably will have more in the end than Fear has right now. Like think about that for a second. Fear in its 4th season probably has less survivors, less characters from the original, first season than Game of Thrones does. And Game of Thrones is known as a series that kills off just about anybody. Nobody's safe. So what does that say for Fear? Pat C says, I will rage if they kill off Alicia. And here's the thing, is like, if you were her and you were working on the series, would you want to do a season 5? And I think that's the big question. It's like, she might want out, after all this, because you work on a series like this for so many years and you have certain leaders, you have showrunners who are going to try to, create a nice story here. And it's like, I understand some changes in it, but this is so drastic, where it's like just such a drastic change that I would not be surprised if the 3 that are left, want out next year. Like if it does get renewed for season 5, I would not be surprised at all if they decided that, or if she decided, what? I'm just going to go do something else because this is ridiculous. You guys are going to kill off everybody. You might as well kill me off too. So I don't feel like anybody is safe in Fear. You could see that as a good thing or kind of a bad thing. But I would not be surprised if she was killed off next year or something. If she just wanted, did the same thing as what Frank Delane did and was like, what, this is too frustrating. I want out too. So yeah, man, it's I hope that's not the case, but it's like, if you put yourself in her shoes, are you going to be committed when it just feels like, I'm not sure, in terms of the leadership on the show, who's really committed to this show and what kind of long-term story they're really creating here, right? So maybe you get a short-term gain by having a big character death like that, but long-term, it's like, man, you just, what about having like, a nice story there for a few years from now? It's just crazy to see something like this happen. So Daniel says, Dave Erickson leaving the show is the worst thing to happen to the franchise, aside from killing Carl and starting that snowball. Yeah, and this could be a new trend we see where if they kill off certain characters, then other cast members might want out too, right? I mean, it's something like, that's a speculation, a point about Andrew Lincoln and what happened with Carl, and then maybe him leaving the next year. A lot of people are speculating. I've done videos on that one as well too, wondering if the Carl death had anything to do with it. Could we see something similar with Fear? Are the original or the 3 that are left, are they going to really be committed and want to stay after all this kind of stuff has happened? It's crazy. Got Simply the Best, who likes to troll a lot around here, says, I laughed my ass off. You've actually lost the plot. Fucking great. The Walking Dead deserves a rant video too, and you know it. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll save those for next season, right? Like, we'll save those for The Walking Dead season 9. I don't think we can say that Fear of the Walking Dead is in the same state as The Walking Dead The Walking Dead has never been in this state. The Walking Dead television series has never been in a state where they only had 3 survivors from the first 3 seasons in the show. It's never happened. So for Fear, it's like, to me, it just feels like the show is in shambles. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's a mess. It feels like people are just throwing shit at the wall to see what will stick, if you ask me. That's what it feels like to me. It just feels like, wow, that's what we're doing now. We're just going to kill off whatever, just for whatever. It's like, okay, all right, I guess if that's what you want to do, okay, fine. Francis Turner says, so who thinks this is good writing? You don't get to love any of these characters by keep killing the leads off. I'm so losing interest in both The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. Ridiculous. It's like I said earlier for Francis here too. It's like, it's this is the craziest year for Walking Dead fans, TV series universe, for Fear and for the original Walking Dead there has ever been. I would have never predicted, like I do video predictions with you guys a lot. I would never have predicted going into this season or this year, like a year ago, I would never have predicted that they would kill Carl in the original Walking Dead series. Andrew Lincoln might want to leave. Lauren Cohen might want to leave. Fear of the Walking Dead would kill off Frank Delane Nick, who I thought was safe forever, as safe as Carl, and then kill off Madison too. It's a bloodbath to such a degree that it's like, I don't even know if these series even take that kind of a hit? Can they even survive this kind of a hit? It's just so crazy. And I'm actually kind of getting tired of it. Like I've watched The Walking Dead for so long, doing these video guys for so long. All these character deaths, man. It's like, guys, you just killed Nick off. You don't need to do another character death right now. Can we just take it easy for a little while? Like, can we just have a few episodes where just nobody dies for a while? Or if you're gonna kill somebody off, kill Luciana off. You know what I mean? Don't kill. Just take a break for a little while. God damn. I can't keep caught up with all this. It's like you kill off these characters so fast right now. Emotionally, I think we just can't keep up with it. It's like just feel beaten down, man. It's crazy. JMC Clinton 8 says, I hate it. I agree with you, Trev. I wonder if I should even watch anymore. And yeah, that's the big question. I mean, I'm still, obviously I do this with you guys. So, I'm kind of locked in here. I can't, even if I want to, quit watching Fear or something. It's like Morgan's there, you want to see what happens next and give it a shot. Right. But I feel like I've been giving Fear a shot for so long. It's just like, at this point, it's like, how many more chances are you going to give the series? But then again, Morgan's there. So what are you going to do? Right. You got to see what happens with him. So whatever. Liam Boyle says, it's good setup, I think, for what's the second Walking Dead spinoff. That's what this is. Another Walking Dead spinoff. Like you want to split these two and have part of the group with Morgan go one way and have the others go another way. Do we really think that's necessary right now? Or really a good idea right now with the current state of The Walking Dead? I just have no idea, man. I don't know. So we'll do one more of these from earlier, and then I'll check some of your guys' chat, live questions that you're sending through here. Daniel says, Scott Gable destroys everything he comes in contact with to the point where he comes off as an HBO plant that was tasked with undermining the network from within, LOL. Where there was the lawsuit stuff, right? You guys remember this. So, there was the lawsuit stuff. One of them is wrapping up now. And then, you've got basically the others suing as well, too. Because I remember Kirkman and some of the others were suing as well, too, after Frank Darabont, started the first lawsuit there. So I don't know, man. Do I think he would? I don't think he would do that. I don't think, I don't know him personally, but I don't think anybody would, be a plant to stay in the series, work in the series, and intentionally kill the series. But, for the conspiracy theorists, this is just a field day, right? It's like you're killing off all the characters that are like the future of these shows. It's like, God damn, man, what the hell are you doing? And then last one, Mr. No Love says, I said this last season, hate to repeat myself, but Fear the Walking Dead had so much potential. If you have watched from the first episode until now, you have to agree it could have been way better than it is. Killing off all the Manawas and 90% of the Clarks really made this show, well, I guess for that it's 66, but I get what you're saying here, 66%, because you killed off, it was 3 of them, right? And then you killed off 2/3, right? So you got a third of them left, right? made the show direction given even for okay. So basically, he's saying that the show has pretty much lost its direction, and I kind of agree with that. Based on where it started off with and where we're at now, it really feels to me like they didn't have a long-term plan for more seasons planned out. Like Dave Erickson had the first 3 seasons planned out, but after him, it really looks like, from what we're seeing here, they didn't have kind of a longer term vision here with the kind of mapped out so you could get to these other parts later on. And that's what it looks like, man. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's what it looks like with Fear, and I hate it because I really wanted, like you said, so much potential. I wanted to see Fear become a special series as well too, and one that we want to collect the Blu-rays, we want to collect the DVDs, we want to watch it back for the replay value and it being rewatchable. And unfortunately, from what I'm seeing right now, at least as a fan who started watching Fear from the very first episode of the first season on premiere night, it just feels like it's a goddamn mess. So I don't know, man. That's how I'm reading it right now. So okay, let's go into some of your guys' comments here from the live chat. So some people were saying that they did. A lot of people hated Madison. So maybe it was like like Valeria here says people hated Madison. So basically AMC is going to keep the popular characters around. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, man. I get it. It's just like, when you start off a series with a certain characters at the beginning, you kind of want to see a nice story with them as things go through. You don't really want to see the show switch so drastically like this, right? You can switch a little bit. Like you can have some swerves, right, in the series. But in terms of a formula, you probably don't want to swerve 70% or 8%. You want to swerve the audience or trick the audience or pull out those crazy character deaths maybe about 30% of the time, so you can still have a nice story at the same time, right? And if Madison isn't a character that people are going to like or whatever, it's like, well, you kind of should have started off with maybe you should have kept Travis alive in the beginning, killed her off, and then had Travis be still leading the show at this point. I don't know. But you had to go a different direction with that, and it's too late. Once you go a certain direction with that character, and they're the survivor from the first season, you kind of have to. You can't really switch at that point. You kind of have to ride that out and keep going with that because otherwise it just really feels like that you're just whatever. You're just going whatever way the wind takes you, and that's what I'm seeing here. So man. Crazy, dude. Yeah, crazy stuff. Well, I won't do this one too long with you guys. Let's see if there's any other some troll comments and idiots here. So that's cool. Let's see. Any useful comments here? Your thoughts on Telltale Walking Dead TV adaptation? Well, I mean, they could do some other stuff, obviously, and they might. So we'll see what they do going forward and whether or not they might do additional Walking Dead spin-off series, this kind of thing. But right now, I'm saying like it's really, is it something that really needs to happen? Do we really need to see more Walking Dead spinoffs or this kind of thing? I don't think so. And yeah, for Clark here, so for the promo and predictions and that kind of thing, yeah, we'll do that. After I'm just in a kind of state right now where I kind of want to do these videos with you guys first because a lot of us have been watching the series since the beginning. Alpha asked, "Do you think this is Fear's last season, Trev?" I don't think it's Fear's last season. I think they should be able. I think it will get a season 5. I do think it will. But also, do I want Fear the Walking Dead canceled? I don't want to see it get canceled, and I just feel like, it started off in such a way and things were going through. I wanted to give more credit. I wanted to see, some kind of story be created here that is as good as the original Walking Dead series was. And I wanted it to feel like it was meaningful and that it was well planned out and thought out ahead of time. And I wanted it to feel like it was something they were putting a lot of effort into and that it was something that could stand on its own as something, unique and special. And right now, it just really is starting to look like, especially with all the changes they made in season 4, throwing everything in, crossing over in that, it just feels like a spinoff of the original series and just kind of like whatever. So we'll see how good it can be in the second half and that going forward. But, we'll do some other videos. So, okay. So question Dominic had here about the theories about Alpha and maybe a Whisper crossover, something like this. Well, to me, it kind of had an effect because we saw Morgan crossover. So it sounds to me like kind of the theories that we had or the ideas we had for what fear could be. We did see them kind of do a crossover. It was the other way around, though. They had Morgan go to the series rather than having our fear group come into The Walking Dead, because obviously they don't want to give up that second, hour. They don't want to give up that second Fear the Walking Dead series and have it cross into The Walking Dead and end. So they went the other way around. So it wasn't like, I think it was just a lot of us thinking like, okay, they were going somewhere with this. There's a purpose for this. There's a reason for Nick covering himself in blood and figuring this out and doing all this kind of stuff because there's a long-term vision here and there's an idea and there's some things they're going to do with this. And it just never came to be. So anyway, I won't keep the this video going for too much longer with you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for being in the live chat with me here. I grabbed some of these from you guys here. I wish I could go through them all, but I'm not going to do like a full hour or something because I do want to do the predictions video after this, and I have to work tomorrow. So thank you guys for joining me. Now I get to figure out how to turn this thing off, and love you guys too, man. And thanks for your support and everything. Right now and feeling like I may have wasted, some of my time in making a lot of these reviews and videos for fear. And like, what the shit's the point? Because if they don't care and they don't, to me, it looks like they don't have a long term plan for fear. They're just kind of doing whatever. And I feel like that's kind of obvious that they're just kind of doing whatever. And that to me is disappointing. So that'll be it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please thumb it up below. Send me your questions for the Q&As for this week, and we'll do the video predictions after this. Have another video for you guys soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.